Rise and shine. Good morning, friends. What did I do with my stuff? Oh, it's under my paper. I wrote notes. Oh, mercy. Okay, hi. Say hey when you're hopping on. So I was, what I feel like aimlessly scrolling this morning on Instagram, and I ran across this guy's page, and I started like looking at his videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this method. I'd never heard about it before. And I'm gonna share his handle like in a story after this live. But he talks about what he said. He's only 21, okay? But I literally was like, should we hire him as a coach? Because I feel like so inspired. So he was talking about the 4 wins method. And it's like where you focus on 4 wins per day. And if you focus on these 4 things every day, you will get smarter, you will get stronger, you will feel more motivated. And I just loved it. Okay, so I'm gonna share them with you. I really do love sharing. Whether it's like, I don't know about anything, but I love sharing about ways we can be better and things that I learn, even if it's just on the internet. So say hey if you're hopping on. Have you ever heard of this before? Drop a 1 if you're watching the live, 2 if you're watching the replay. Okay, so 4 wins. 1 is a physical win. So you're gonna make goals, and he has this giant whiteboard, which if my husband's watching this live, he'll be like, I told you. Adam's wanting to do a giant whiteboard for our goals and visually so we can like look at them. But this guy isn't doing them as like to me that seemed overwhelming because of this giant whiteboard of all the things I felt like I was either failing at or needed to do. So I was like, the whiteboard stressed me out. But the way this guy does it is he does it in blocks of the month, and it's just, he writes down what his wins were that day. So at the end of the month, you're seeing all the progress you made. Whereas I think we were trying to do a whiteboard method, and I just felt like there's just too much to do. It felt overwhelming. So, also, if you have any tips on being like a better business owner, a better mom, a better wife, a better like personal development, growing stronger, drop them below, things that have helped you in your life. So 1 is a physical win. You can write these down in your notes or on a paper or on your hand or wherever if you also are looking for personal development. The second one is a mental win. This is like learning something new. And so he says every day he is trying to stay consistent or challenge himself working out. He's getting a mental win, which is I'm learning something new. I'm learning a new task. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 2 hours. Like I am doing personal development for myself. I am doing whatever that is, right? Whatever a mental win for you, like getting smarter. His whole thing is that you don't have to be more talented than anybody else in the room. You just have to like stick with it. You just have to keep doing it, which I'm like, well, I've been over here doing this for a minute. But I do believe if you stick with something, 90% of the other people are gonna stop doing it at some point, and you do win when little things add up, little good choices, like all add up. So his was physical, mental, then spiritual, a spiritual win. Every day, praying for people in your life that you love, praying for yourself, praying, like physically praying, and reading the Bible. And I was like, love that. Yes. Like I believe we shift everything and shift our energy when we have gratitude, when we pray, when we put the trust and faith in God instead of what we can do and just leave it in his hands for him to figure it out. I also like think that there is so much power in prayer. And then the 4th one was accountability. And that is something that like I am going to have people in my life that we are accountable, that I'm going to hit this goal, like accountability goals. And so I thought these were wonderful. It is Monday, and I was tired this morning, and I was like thinking of all the things that I need to do this week. And instead of kind of just hopping out of the bed and just getting to it, I started scrolling, which could have been horrible, a waste of my time, but it actually ended up like rerouting me to this. And I was like, I'm going to share today because there might be somebody else that is like, I feel stuck, or I feel, this is what I'm feeling. I feel like I'm failing, like on a lot of levels, which if I could go and hug myself like from 10 years ago, you'd be like, I'm so proud of you. But I just feel like I'm doing a lot of things and maybe not a lot of them very, very well. Like I just feel like I'm constantly dropping the ball somehow, and I'm not trying to. And so I am trying to figure out, how do I do better? And then like be a good mom and be a good, like all of it. And so this, I was like, okay, I could take the millions of things that are on our big whiteboard that overwhelms me, or I'm like, what if I focus on, and it is a win. Like, I think my part is some days I feel like, okay, I did all these things, but I still had like a million that I didn't do, or I didn't do these. And so I'm like, what if I considered it a win if I just do these 4 things? Like, this is a win. And then anything else is a bonus. Like, which obviously that's hard because you saw so many other things you have to do. But it is like, it's hard to get motivated sometimes, and it's hard. And I just thought this resonated with me. And I am going to commit to this month doing the 4 wins, which is physical, mental, spiritual, and accountability. And I might even sign up for a course, or I might sign up for coaching with this person. I have no idea. This might be impulsive, but I'm definitely reading into it, and I'm going to keep looking into things he's saying, because I feel like I think I could stick with that. So anyways, I know I have a lot of kids, and I know we're trying to start, like the app is going to be launching soon, and then trying to like grow, and social media and sales have been so weird lately. And it just feels like even when I'm trying really, really hard, like sometimes it's like, well, but you didn't do these things. And so I'm not going to focus on what I'm not doing. And I'm not lazy. Like, I work all the time. So it's not that I'm not doing things. It's that I want to focus on the wins, because when I focus on all the things I didn't do, I get myself in a funk and I feel like icky, and I don't want to feel that way. So instead, I am going to do this. I'm going to do the spiritual. I'm going to do the mental. I want to learn something new every day, and you can decide what that is for you. So if you were going to do something physical, what would you do? Mental, what would you do? Spiritual, anybody else? And accountability. I'm so excited when our app does come out, because we have a huge accountability and group section and group challenges, and just a place that everyone can do things. But for now, we can do it like we normally do, which is through Facebook. And so I love that. Anyways, list maker. Ooh, Linda, I need to be a list maker. You find satisfaction in crossing off what you've accomplished. See, I always feel like I'm wasting so much time making a list. Although I know that's so dumb, because instead I'm just like, my brain's always like, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And then when I don't get it all accomplished, I'm like, I'm a loser. But I have friends who literally put like everything. But I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm wasting so much time writing. But I want to. I feel like maybe I would enjoy it. Kara, you love it too. You love writing things down. Natalie is a list maker, and she's fabulous, and she doesn't forget the things because they were written down. I just lose my list. I feel like I've done that too, like made a really detailed grocery list. And I'm like, I spent all this time in it, and then I get to the store and I'm like, I left the list. But I think that's what's so amazing is, yes, all these list makers, where have you been? You're just out there probably so organized. So organized. Okay, so if you were like, I needed to get a pen because I want to do these 4 wins, it was physical, mental, spiritual, and accountability. So he was talking about how you are always learning, and that, you know, it doesn't stop when you get out of school, that in order to be better, in order to be smarter, you're learning, and being intentional about learning. Absolutely love that. Ooh. Amanda, you have a Me Plus app that helps you stay on track? I've never heard of that. Dana, walk 30 minutes a day. Start is a start. Yes, when I started working out, I started with, I'm gonna try and walk for 10 minutes. I couldn't walk anymore. I was almost 300 pounds. Like I could not walk longer than that. It was so hard to like walk to the end of my driveway. Back then we had a long driveway and walk back, and then maybe halfway down and I'm like, okay, I can't. But it got to where it went from 10 minutes to like, I could do a little bit further. Or when I got to the top, I was like, I think I could do it again. And eventually you get stronger. I love that. So start small. You are in Puerto Rico? Well, how fun. Okay, Stacey, physical, lifting weights, mental, meditate, and learn technology. I love this. Oh, Luella, be who he called you. We continue to compare ourselves to your list maker, but that's your gift. You have other gifts. Yes, I love that. We do. We all have other gifts, and it is so hard when we compare ourselves to everybody else. And you're like, how do they do it? How do they keep their car so clean? Like, put lists in your notes on your phone and you'll never forget. Pamela, that's a great idea. Do you know what I do keep a good list of? Gift ideas. So I love gift giving, and anytime like Adam or my kids or a friend or whatever, like I have so many notes in my phone that are gift ideas. And when they mention something like, for example, Adam the other day, he got the girls some Sambas. Like he took them shopping for shoes. Adam loves shoes, and he has been the shoe shopper. I give kids shoes sometimes, but he's definitely like, if they want a new pair of shoes, they're like, Dad, I need a new pair of shoes. Like, he is the shoe shopper. And so he got them a pair of Sambas, and he said, I wanted Sambas so bad as a kid and never had a pair. It's like all the cool kids had Sambas. So literally, like, as soon as he said that, I like went to my notes because I'm like, I don't want to forget. So when I'm thinking about getting him something, I'm like, Adam really wants Sambas. He even mentioned that he wanted a pair of red Sambas. So I'm like, you better believe I'm gonna get him a pair of red Sambas. So I do, I guess, somewhat have a list, but ooh, spiritual, pray more, same. He mentioned in a reel, I've got to share. His handle was like a little hard to write out. I'll share it. But he mentioned, he was like, do you love the people in your life enough to pray for them, to like bring them to God? And I was like, oh, like that will like hit your soul, you know? Like, am I complaining about certain things, or am I actually like praying to the God of the universe to be like, God, I need you to like do this. Going through. This might not be a get ready live, but I just was like, it is Monday. I know last Monday it was like, it's April 1st and I still feel that way. And I've had a very productive April. And, very, very productive actually. And so, but I'm like, I want to be growing. I don't want that at the end of the year, I'm like, oh, I wanted to do these things, but I didn't. Or like my Spanish level is just like this. Well, in order to get better at Spanish, I'm going to have to start like listening to more Spanish and doing more. Okay. What is a Sona shoe? A Samba shoe. It's like, I think it's Reebok. I don't know the brand. I think it's Reebok. But it's a Samba, and they were really popular like in the 90s, and now they've like made a comeback. And so he got the girls, Christian doesn't like shoes that you tie manually, so he didn't get any, but he would have gotten him some too if he wanted them. But the girls, he got them Sambas, and he was like, I've always wanted Sambas. And so I'm like, okay. So I do make notes of that. Hit my leg. All right. So physical, mental, spiritual, and accountability. And that can be anything that you want. So I am going to commit to 10,000 steps, or whatever your daily is. Like tomorrow I have tennis, but that will go towards my 10,000 steps. I've been trying to do that for a while, but every now and then I like slack off. Currently it's because I can't find my Oura Ring charger. So, but I'm just gonna order, and I can't remember what size I was. I think I'm size 8. And so I'm just gonna order it, and I need to order a charger. I think Veda did something with that. I tried to ask her, like, it's square, it looks like this, but that tracks my steps. But Carrie, you love the beef tallow. It's so good. It is so good. I've been using it every day. And I know I love something when I use it, like, I'm like, I can't wait to put that on my face. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, my skin, it looks so good. Okay, so this is Pomifera's Ageless Sculpting Wand. This has a jellyfish peptide, and it just helps tighten your skin. And it has like a little cooling ball, but this is gonna help with like preventative wrinkles, or if you have wrinkles, crow's feet, anything like that. My skin has absolutely transformed. I used to have resting crow's feet, like resting smile lines, a good amount of sunspots just over in here. Right now I have where a pimple is healing. So, but overall, I would say my skin has gotten dramatically better as I've gotten older, which is crazy. This one is the Ageless Smoothing Wand for your eyes. So, I was not consistent with skincare most of my life, even though my grandmother always preached, and it wasn't until I got pregnant with Veda and I was like, oh no, like I just can feel this happening, that I was like, I've got to get, and this line, I have been able to stay consistent with it. It is incredibly simple to use. And so today I'm just going to go in with the Ageless Sculpting Wand. I'm going in with Revive. This has got lipids and Pomifera oil, and I'm just gonna do beef tallow. And this is gonna be kind of my like glowy right now under. If I was gonna do my makeup, I would not do beef tallow. I did try the beef tallow under my makeup yesterday. It's just kind of slippery. Maybe I should use less, but this works amazing under your makeup. This one is it's called Revive, but it literally has this like beautiful golden glow, and it has Pomifera oil in it, but it doesn't leave you oily. All the skincare that I use for the most part is from Pomifera. Every now and then I have a few Oliveda products that I really like some of their masks, but there's something about feeling like really good in your own skin that is just magical, like so good. Ooh, work shoes are great for walking and running. Not a fan of Hoka's. Adam actually got me a pair of Hoka's for Christmas. Yes, so I'll put it on. I'll show you what the beef tallow is. So beef tallow has been known in Europe and in a lot of places over the world. Like beef tallow is really good for your skin. It's like the whipped fatty part. But I will tell you, I've ordered it other brands and it just smells repulsive. Like I cannot do it. This beef tallow does not. It's mixed with Pomifera oil, and it is mixed with peppermint and jojoba, and it smells amazing. So you still get the benefits of like this whipped tallow, whipped fat, and it will make your skin just so creamy, plump. It doesn't stink at all. Like when I heard they were launching it, I was like, great. Beef tallow smells so bad. Like why are they doing that? Like I know it's good for your skin, but then I got this and I'm like I could literally sniff it all day. It doesn't stink at all. And they have come up with like this beautiful concoction of tallow, so you get the benefits on your skin and all the hydration, which is so good, especially going into summer where our skin gets more dry because of the sun, and it is just the creamiest. You could also use it on dry hands, dry feet, dry elbows, but it has Pomifera oil in it, and it is anti-aging and hydrating, but beef tallow alone is very anti-aging. And so, and it's soft. Yes, Carrie, it's so soft. It's like fluffy, creamy, like I don't know how to describe it other than like I'll show it to you on my skin. Like it's like, I wish they would come out with a huge like bottle, because you can put it on, like, do you see like glowy, beautiful, like I want to put it on my legs. I want to put it on everywhere. And then like this one's like dull. Like, do you see the difference? Like it's $29. It's Pomifera's beef tallow. I put my Pomifera link in the description of the video, but it is so good. Like, okay, let's make the other side match. It's just, and a little goes a long way, but you also aren't greasy. That's the other part. It's like, it's soft, it's creamy, but it isn't. The one I bought off TikTok, it literally looked, felt, and smelt like they had just poured bacon grease into it. It was disgusting. And this is glorious. Like, absolutely glorious. Yes, so I have a link for Pomifera in the description of this video, and also at CourtneySwan.com. So either way, if you want to find it, but it is the Tallow Ultra Moisturizer Butter for face and beyond, and it's good for all skin types. So good. So good. Let's see. Yeah, you just apply it to any drier problem areas. Like, but it's, if you've been like on the fence about it. Okay, so now that we've done skincare, like this will be kind of what I do for my skin today. And then I have been putting a little bit of Ophir's like tinted moisturizer, or you could use a tinted sunscreen. Pomifera actually has a tinted sunscreen BB cream. Haven't had it here. I used to have it when I lived in Tennessee, and so I might want to order one of those as well. But you can always add just the tiniest bit of a tinted moisturizer after you've done your skincare. And then I just feel like that kind of helps even out my skin tone, and you can throw on mascara or whatever. I haven't heard of when a 99-cent shipping is coming out. But I will say Pomifera is, right now, it's $1.99 shipping, so if that helps. Okay, a little bit of Happy Salve. So, got more in of the Make Lean, that GLP-1, like natural alternative. Taking that. My physical is going, for myself, is try and get my 10,000 steps in, work out at least 3 days a week. And like in addition to that, so like tomorrow and Thursday I have tennis, so I feel like that counts. And then I want to have like an actual like lift day, and so that's my week. That's what I'm doing, 10,000 steps. And then I thought maybe we could share it on stories when you get a win, and you could tag me if you want, or whatever, but we could do like, hey, when you hit your goal, like you can tag me. Eventually when we have the app, you'll be able to post all of your things. Like we can all post them in challenges together, which I feel like that will be so great, because then as you're doing it, like you can post your healthy meal, you can post what your mental win, what your spiritual win was. And so, so good. Brooke, you love the lean, you take it daily and you're down 20 pounds. How long did that take you? I would love to know. I've been taking it, and I added it in right before Europe. I had gained some weight. I kind of went on crying, I think, around family picture time, because I'm working out and taking my Trim Fit. Something is going on in my body. I'm like putting on weight, but I'm still doing the things. And so a friend of mine recommended this. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. Did not expect it would actually work. And I am like losing weight. I lost weight on vacations. I lost weight on, I'm still taking Trim Fit greens every day, but sometimes I feel like you hit a plateau and you're like, I gotta add something in. I love how I feel. I love my mood. I love my energy. I stay regular, but I'm like, I'm not losing like I was. Like I had lost quite a bit of weight and then still doing the same thing. So I'm like, I gotta change it up. And I have been really happy with, yes, send me your photos. I would love to see. But I've been like, that's why I went ahead and shared it, because I was like, holy cow, I am like actually, and that product targets fat loss, 100% fat loss, and 60% visceral fat, and it doesn't target muscle loss. It actually helps with muscle gains compared to like other things that you know, like you hear about if people have been on shots, so they lose so much like muscle. And this doesn't target muscle loss, it targets, and it's natural. And so anyways, okay, I want to show you this dress because this dress is, if you want a dress that your husband like can't keep his hands off you type dress, this is the dress. Okay, it is a t-shirt dress. It is, I'm wearing a medium, but it's like a little loose. Also, it's a medium and it's a little loose. Like, I'm really excited because I do think I have worked really hard the last few years, and it can be frustrating when you're eating well and you're doing things and you're not quite seeing results. And some people have genetically just good genes and they just lose the weight and all that happens. I have PCOS. I have a really hard time. Anyways, this dress, talk about, so it's just a t-shirt material, and I guess because it's so thin, like, I don't know how many, I wore it yesterday and then I put it back on today, and I told Natalie, she was like, that's so cute. I sent her a picture of it. It's got seashells on it. And she's like, that's so cute. And I was like, I'm buying every color. Like, it is so cute. But I just threw a necklace on with it today. But yesterday I just wore it like cleaning the house and like in and out from outside. I planted stuff in the garden and whatever, and it's like breezy. But it's a little longer in the back and a little shorter in the front, but it's got a great length, and it also has just like where it hits you on. And I love it. I feel like if you are gonna show a little midriff, I like it when you don't show a lot of leg or a lot of chest. I feel like if you're gonna show chest, you should have pants. Like, not, you start getting trashy, not classy when you start showing a lot of everything. And so you gotta pick, you know? And so I feel like this is also one that if I took Veda to the beach, I would not feel like insecure in it, or like, oh no, what if I ran into somebody from church? Are they gonna think I'm sleazy? Because some cover-ups are like, I have some that are really cute, and you're like, this is so cute. This might be a little too sexy, like the shearer ones. Anyways, this is my cute t-shirt dress, and I don't know, I have not weighed again this week, because honestly, like, the scale is bad for my mental health when I see it going like up, down, up, down. I knew I was like on my cycle, and that just, so I probably will weigh like in a couple days. It's not, I know everybody's like, what are you today? Or I feel like a lot of pressure if I weigh every day, and it's actually just not really healthy. For a while during my weight loss journey, I did not weigh at all. I'm just doing the steps of being healthier. And if that's for you, like, there is no pressure that you have to weigh every day. But I can tell like things are getting looser. I did weigh after the Vegas trip, and I literally, do you ever close your eyes and you're like, oh, how bad's it gonna be, right? And when I look down and I'm like, oh my gosh, after Europe and Vegas, I am down. Like, I was so excited. And so like 10 pounds down, like not even down like a little. Like, I had gone above 180. That's when I had my like family picture cry moment not too long ago, because I'm like, I weigh now more than I did when I started like working out. And so the fact that I have like traveled all this and I'm losing, but so I haven't weighed exactly like in a few days since I started my cycle, but this is a cute dress, and I can tell, like, I'm just feel like I can tell changes in my body, which is great. So no pressure if you have those same types of issues. All right, we're gonna go in. I am gonna add some bronzer, because if we're here, we should do it. I don't think I linked my makeup today. I'm not really gonna do a bunch of it. I just want maybe like a tiny bit of definition on my face, because it really doesn't take you much longer to kind of add a little bronzer. Whoa, that's a lot of bronzer. We're going to the other side, and we're going to the forehead and the chest and everywhere. So right now, the only thing I'm taking my I did a, if you are like, what all are you on? I did a supplements live last week, and you can go back and rewatch that, and it kind of goes into like a lot of in-depth of what I'm taking. But basically it's the GLP-1 alternative. It's a peptide. So similar to like Ozempic is a peptide, but it's all natural. And so it is a peptide to help you lose weight. And so I'm taking that, and that's new. And I do I can physically see it working. I take Trimfit Greens every day. I lost about 60 pounds on this, but I love the way I feel. I will take it because I feel great. I have a lot of customers who have lost 20, 40, 60, 100 pounds, whatever, taking it, but I kind of feel like for me, and this has happened to me many times in my weight loss journeys, is I will have such good success, and then at about 8 or 9 months or a year or wherever, it's kind of like I need a little extra. So sometimes I will cut out what I was doing and completely switch. This, I actually really like how I feel on it. And I can definitely tell I love to drink it before I go out to dinner or anywhere where I need like extra appetite control. But I just wanted a little extra something. So that's why I went with this. And the price point was really good. It was like $90, and then I did subscribe and save, so it made it like $80. So I put the link for this. It's just the Make Lean. It's the GLP-1 alternative, and I have it on my link tree at CourtneySwan.com too. I'll be really curious at like the 3-month mark to kind of see. Also, I am human and I do have PCOS, so I am like not setting. When I first started working out, I was like, by summer, this was like in November of a few years ago. I was like, by summer, I'm gonna be this weight, and I'm gonna be this goal. And that was actually really bad for me because I didn't hit those, and I worked out so much and I ate so healthy, and I never hit those goals. And I feel like that was really hard on my mental. So I no longer am setting like, I'll be this weight by a certain time, but I wanna be like, I am stronger. I'm not out of breath. I'm consistent. I'm like fitting into clothes in a range like that's more of like an 8-10 is a range I really would like to be in, stay in, get back to. And then but nothing wrong if you're at right now. I'm like more at like a 12-14 probably, and maybe I could squeeze in really hard into a 10, but probably not comfortably. And so I'm just working on, but again, these are my personal. I never want anyone. I know sometimes when I would be like much heavier, I would hear people say like, oh, like they would be complaining about what size, and I would be like, I would die to be a 16 right now. Like I was like a 24. And you know, you'd look at it and you're like, oh, and so I'm not, this is just me working on myself, and then no pressure that you have to, and there are a lot of you that are way tinier than me. And, you know, I'm just trying to say this is what I struggle with and this is what I'm working on. But that I literally think everyone is beautiful. I just want you to be healthy and feel good about yourself, whatever size that is for you. And, like I did used to be a very tiny human, after most children, like I would lose like 100 pounds, and then I would get pregnant again and gain 100, and then lose it and gain it and lose it. And this is what I've done my entire adult life, is like have children and gain a bunch of weight and then try losing it. Something happened though after my third. Like my first two, I just like lost the weight, and I got down to like 125, 130. And then I had and in my brain I was like, okay, we've done it again. Mid 200s now, let's go. And then I just did not get under like that 180 range for like 6 years. And then kind of creeped a little bit below it. And then I met Adam, and we just ate all the time, and I was so happy. And then I got up to like, when I got pregnant with Veda, I was around like 200 pounds. And so like pre-baby. And so then it just like, and so anyways, we're working on it. We are working on it. The dress that I'm wearing right now is a medium. So, but I always like to share that in case you're new to watching me, because I think that's important. Like my whole page is about, and used to like even smaller than this, I didn't wear shorts. I was like so insecure about my body. I was told things about my, like, you know, like I won't go out with you if you have on, like if you show your arms, or how ugly you look, or like all, and I had all these insecurities. And so even at a small size, I felt so uncomfortable in my own skin. And I really do think the Lord is like, hey, I'm going to teach you like to love yourself. And like, I wore a dress yesterday, and you could see like I have like some dimpling on my arms or what, and I wore it, but I was like, I feel so feminine today, and I feel so healthy and soft and strong. And I have really learned to love myself and not every day is a good body day. Some days I like really struggle with it, but working on like loving myself of how your legs, I have a lot of cellulite, but it's like my legs get me through, like they can walk up big hills and even mountains now, like, and I'm getting strong. And I have learned to, and if you're like struggling with your body and you're probably drop dead gorgeous and absolutely beautiful and have the hardest time like believing it about yourself, but like take the physical comparison of what your body looks like to anybody else and just like thanking yourself, like, I am so grateful for like my arms and how they carry my babies, or my arms and how they carry in groceries, and how I am strong. Like that changed my mental, and I started praying this prayer, and I really believe it doesn't mean that I don't have days where I'm like, I'm really struggling with how I feel about myself, or comparing, or getting disappointed, like working on something and maybe not seeing the results as quick as some other people do, but praying the prayer like, God, help me see myself the way you see me. Like really, like help me see myself, like help me when I have a friend who recently had a baby, and you like look at her and you're like, oh my gosh, like she just like birthed this baby and she's in her like postpartum, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, like I think God makes it to where we still look postpartum, so people around are like, yeah, she just had a baby, like she needs help, she has a hole the size of a dinner plate inside of her womb, you know? And I have so much compassion and like love and appreciation and beauty of like how people's bodies change. Like it's just, and yet I'm so hard on myself when those same things happen. And so to really ask God to like, help me see me like how you see me, or help me see me like the way my friends see me, you know? And if you ask God to show you those things, or you start like looking, like if I was seeing a friend right now and we were going and trying on bathing suits together, I would be finding the things that look fire on her body, right? I'd be like, girl, your tatas are life right now. Like I would be finding the things to be like, yes, queen. And yet we put on the same outfits, and sometimes we can be so like hard on ourselves. There's a dog in my yard. Oh, do you see it? Oh. We have a stray dog problem in Puerto Rico, and sometimes they get in the neighborhood, like dig a hole and go under a fence or whatever. And I have this issue. I go and feed stray dogs multiple times a week. I know it's a bad habit, like I know, but there's this like walk that's really beautiful, and I take a bag of dog food with me, and I'll like go feed them. And now I'm like Snow White. They know me. Like, and word has gotten out, like, and I'll have like this little clan of dogs that'll come with us, and I love stray dogs. I could start a thing trying to get dogs adopted, and I almost brought home a dog that I gave a hamburger at the beach the other day, and it's going away. But I don't need other dogs, because I already get stressed out in my life, and there's so many here. So, but I'm like, I'll go feed it in a minute. Anyways, back to our bodies. Look at yourself like as if your friend was with you. Like if you were your friend, a lot of things that come out of our mouth would never be something we would say to somebody else, and we are so hard on ourselves in every area. And so maybe on your goal of your accountability is like to yourself, or your mental is, I'm gonna learn to like find something every day, like, or your physical, or wherever you want to put yours in your category, is like, I'm gonna find something every day about myself, and like literally out loud, that you love. Like, and it could be the silliest thing, like my toes, my feet. Like when I really was going through postpartum depression, and I was like, I don't feel like there's anything good about me. Like everyone would be better off without me. Like, 'cause that sounds awful, but that's really how I felt. And be like, find something on your body, and it would be like, okay, my legs do this, or like, oh, my feet look cute, like, or I would get my toes painted cute, because it's like, well, at least that looks cute. Or, but the more you find good things about yourself, like, and the more you like appreciate the things your body is doing, like it's helping you fight sicknesses, or it's helping breath in your lungs, you know, and like really working through spiritually of like being grateful, it really does like rewire your brain. And it doesn't mean you don't have like days that are harder than others, but love yourself the way you would want. Like you would love your friends, because you're a good friend and you would love your friends well, you know? You would never talk bad or be hard on them, especially for what their brain and body and heart have gone through. So anyways, I just wanted to share that today. This is my, if you hopped on late, this is from my inspiration from somebody's Instagram, which that is what I feel like is so amazing about the internet, is it has the ability to empower and inspire people, and there's so much good online. So physical, mental, spiritual accountability. I love writing down things I'm grateful for. We have like a 5-minute journal we do at night, and it was something good that happened that day and things we're grateful for. And taking the time in the hustle and bustle to like really work on yourself. And that's what I'm gonna do this month, and set aside time. And that those are wins. And when nothing else is winning, you're like, I'm getting smarter, I'm getting stronger, I'm working on myself. Those are good wins. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Donna. Donna is 67 years old. I'd just like to go through the messages really quickly before I hop off, just in case I miss anything. Chrissy, you want to start doing this every day, and things that you're grateful for, and write them down so you can read them. I also wish I had a book, and I should just start now, of praise reports. Like literally prayers and prayers answered. Prayers answered. My life is full of prayers. Tons of prayers. Lots of praying. And so many answered prayers. Like, and then there are times where prayers did not get answered, and like grief of losing people you love and all of it. But so much of my life is like, oh man, I am living a life more beautiful than my biggest prayer ever could have imagined. Like, it's even better than I prayed for. And I believe God hears our prayers and hears every single one, especially those prayed in sorrow and in sadness and in desperation. Just like when we hear our kids' requests, you know, when it's like true and heartfelt, and like you hear those, and we serve a good God who hears our prayers. Lisa, you've always struggled with low self-esteem about the way you look. You'll be 61. Everyone says you look great, but you just don't see it. It's always so hard on yourself the way that they fit. Lisa, I just pray that you see yourself the way others see you, and the way that the Lord sees you. You did the same with cat food and dog food in your car? Yeah, I have. I only have dog food, but I should do cat food. The cats aren't very friendly here. Which I still should probably feed them if I see them, but I do have dog food, and I love feeding the dogs or watering them. I give them water and food, and just like some paper plates in the trunk of our car. You went on vacation in 2017 to Puerto Rico to visit family. You rescued a dog and brought him home. That's so good. There are a lot of stray dogs here. Okay, if you ever see anybody in the comments, I love the community here, and everybody like loving on each other and being there for each other. And I just hope you have the best day, and hopefully you make friends and find accountability in this space, or with a friend you know, or call and check on a friend and hold each other accountable. But if there's ever things that you have questions about, you need help with, you can always send me a message. You have a prayer journal for family, friends, president, vice president, Facebook. Oh my goodness, I love that. Buffy, you're late. Well, I'm glad you're here. Oh, Missy, I'm so sorry about your husband. I am so glad that prayer has helped you. I think praying is, I don't know how people do it, honestly. Like during the hardest seasons of my life, I'm like, I don't know how I could have gotten through it without God, literally. Chrissy, both your cats are rescues from Puerto Rico. Your friend brought them over when she came to visit. That's amazing. I know, at some point, I feel like we'll probably have another animal one day. That's so nuts because I'm like, I don't need another animal. But you're like, but they're just so sad. Like, they need love. But I will be honest, the dogs here, everyone feeds them. And the strays here are just like so sweet and well fed. Like, they are very friendly and very well fed because everyone's feeding them. And so, you know, you're like, oh, well, and sometimes you'll see, like, every now and then there'll be like 4 dogs come up on your porch or something, and they're like sheltering from rain, and then off they go. And you're like, oh, they're like with their little families. They all look like, it's so cute. So good. But there are services, if you ever want to adopt a dog from Puerto Rico, there are services. I'll share a friend's, they actually live in our neighborhood. They have a adoption for dogs or fostering dogs, and you can get a dog from Puerto Rico that was an abandoned animal, and you can get it as your own pet. So if you are like, I would love to do that, just message me and I can send you their thing. Yes, St. John, Virgin Islands has a program where vacationers can bring back a dog with them. Yes. Did you have contacts in your last live? Your eyes were bluer in the other video, but not today. So it depends on what colors I wear. I don't have colored contacts at all. It's just me. These are just my eyeballs. But if I wear like black or certain colors, my eyes will look very blue. And then some days, like this color, they may look more like gray, blue, but I do wear contacts every day because I have horrible vision, but they are clear and they're the same kind. It's like a 30-day supply of the same thing. So it's just me, and if I cry or certain things, does anyone else, their eyes change color? Like sometimes my eyes can look like almost like an Arctic fox. Like it's, if I've been crying, they get like really blue, like blue-white, almost creepy. You some days want blue eyes. You could get colored contacts. Lexi has brown eyes and she wanted blue eyes for a while, and she got colored contacts, and every now and then she'll wear them and they look really like good. Now she's kind of like opposite, like she's really her eyes are turning more like caramel. I don't know, they've always been brown, but they're like a caramely brown, and she's learning to just like love her natural eye color, and I think that they're beautiful. And so but I think it is really fun. That's what I mean, pop in a colored contact, like, or pop up in new hair color, just have fun. Like, the life is too short. If you want to change it up depending on your mood, I think that is so fun. Yes, your eyes go between hazel and green and sometimes brown. I think it's so cool. I have a friend who has very green eyes, and her eyes, like, sometimes they're just green and sometimes they're like honey, yellowy green, and you're like, you look like a beautiful avatar. Yes, if you cry, your eyes are almost ice blue. How's Christian adjusting to Puerto Rico? It was, okay, so he did not like it at first. It was a little hard in the beginning. He had just gotten a new girlfriend, which they didn't end up staying together for different reasons. She started dating his best friend, and so it probably wouldn't have worked out back home anyways. And so that actually made the biggest difference because then once the girlfriend was dating his other friend, you know, he's like, and he's gone to visit. And when he's gone to visit, he'll be like, I'm just ready to come home. Like, I really love Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is really great because there's not like seasonal depression here. It's like warm every day. It's sunny every day. It is, you get out and move your body every day. So we can go do a lot of activities. Even, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were just driving together, like talking. We go and sit at a certain beach almost every day, and we eat a snack or take snacks with us or go through Starbucks or whatever. And we go and we sit and we watch the beach, we watch the surfers, and then we come home. And we thoroughly love the beach. And we don't like go swimming in it a lot, but we go see it. It's so good for your soul. And so we were kind of talking about like adjusting how's it, you know, do you love it? What are your favorite things? And he was like, I was like, he was saying he was mad at first and he didn't love it. And he was like, but I now am like, when he turns 18, he was like, I want to get an apartment here. I just like, don't think I can imagine not living here. I love it. And I was like, and so we kind of talked about, you know, like sometimes things that are scary or hard or new, like transitions are a little harder for him, and they can end up being absolutely wonderful. But it just like made my heart so happy, because you do worry like, am I making the right choice, or like, are we doing the right things for all of us as a whole? And like, as a job opportunity, this is great, but how is it going to affect everybody? And you just like, you're trying to play out all this thing of like, what are you doing? And you just are like, God, I know that like this opportunity is just like, have you ever had like a full body yes? Like, yes. And that's what this, but it came with like some hesitations or some challenges or you know, and so to feel like all of my kids love it here. We all talk about it all the time. It's like so magical here that you can't help but like almost daily be like, I can't believe we get to live here. Like, this is so amazing. Or like, look at these rainbows, look at these clouds, look at these sunsets, look at this view, look at these little wild birds, like look at these iguanas, like look at these sea turtles. Like, it's amazing. And we talk about it all the time of like the really cool things we've gotten to do since we've been here. So long story short, 10 out of 10 for where we are now from where we were when we moved. Everyone loves it. We are at the point, literally all of us love it. We do miss some of like our family back home. And we do miss a few, like I miss my clothes and like my actual house back home. Like material things. I do have days where some days I'm like, I really miss this. But overall, I'm so grateful for this experience. Like, it has been amazing, and I can't imagine, like, we don't plan to move away from here. Like, we plan to stay here. Like, we love it. It's our favorite place we've ever visited and our favorite place we've ever lived. And so I'm really grateful to God for that, because I did not know how much I'd love it, but I feel like God knew, you know. And so lost you in iguanas, we feed them all the time. They're everywhere. Like sometimes they'll end up in our pool. They're so big, but they're like harmless, you know, like they're really nice. And but if you hate iguanas, like they will totally come up to you and like walk around you at the beach. Again, kind of like the stray dogs, like they're used to people like feeding them, so they're just friendly. But we love it here. If you've never, you just wish often to move somewhere no one knows you and start over, you should do it. I have more friends here. I grew up in the town that I lived in my entire life, always feeling like maybe I didn't fit in here or there, or people had cliques and, you know, like all of this comparison and then busyness and then all these things. And I moved here really only knowing a couple people that lived in this area. And my entire life is different. I'm not kidding you. I have so many friends. The people here have been so nice that I love my friends from back in Tennessee, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've ever felt like you don't fit in somewhere and then you move somewhere else and you're like, and I have been praying for community for years, so maybe God was just like building me up a community here. But I have so many people that like have similar beliefs and so many opportunities for, like, we're going to an orphanage at the end of the week and helping out there, like just opportunities for helping and opportunities for doing things and projects and fun things like tennis and mahjong and all. There's just so much going on here. It is like you went back in time 50 years. Like people are outside playing all the time, outside like doing pickleball. They're outside, like everyone is busy, and like the community here. That is what I really didn't have back home. And so as scary as it was to leave and be like, I'm gonna be isolated forever, that's just not true. Like I get invited to do something like almost every day. Like I got invited to go to somebody's house for dinner last night with my kids, like all of us. They invited our family over. We couldn't do it because it's Spirit Week and I had to make a Candyland outfit, but that I had procrastinated. And so couldn't go. But like, so if you have the urge, like you just don't feel like you're like, I think we've just been told this story. Like you are just where you're born and that's where you stay. And this has really showed me like the world is so big and you can do, like you are a grown up. You can do anything you want. Like save your money and figure it out. Figure out how to get there or sell something and move. Like my dad right now, like he's in the Philippines, but he has been going to Thailand. He's been going all over. They spend around $25 a day, and that includes their housing, their food, their activities, everything. They are on such a small budget, but they're traveling the world, and he is having literally the best time of his life. And they sold their things in Hawaii, and they're traveling the world for the next year. And it's just like, I don't know. And it might be that I'm getting older, but I'm like, you can do anything. You can do anything. You moved to Tennessee knowing nobody. It was super scary, but you did it. You wish there was stuff to do in West Tennessee. There's literally nothing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe see if there's like Facebook groups or a church like in your area, church community, church group, anything like that where you can plug in and start doing activities, or see if you can like volunteer. Volunteering has always been such a good place for me to like, where can I serve? And a lot of times, like when you're having a bad day, if you're serving others, you see other people going through other things and it's not as bad. So there might be like a food pantry or in different areas you could serve, or see if there's like bingo night. Like maybe a church has bingo night or a hotel, or I'm sure there has to be like something. Or Facebook group. Facebook groups are great. Like maybe you have a local Facebook group. But I pray that you find friends and things to do, because I think that's so important for all of our mental health, is that we feel connected and that we have things that we're actively involved in. YMCA, that's a good one. When I was in Tennessee and my kids were little, they had free childcare and they had so many group classes. I made friends and connected to people at the YMCA. That was good for me. Sheila, I did not know that. The Chattanooga Mocs men's basketball won the championship for the first time. I'll have to tell Adam. That's so exciting. Well, I'm from Chattanooga, in case you guys are new. Oh, you have a country dance night? Oh, that's so good. You've always been there for your kids. Even my kids, they're like, they all plan to stay in Puerto Rico. Like we love it. And so it's like, hey, but you don't have to move forever. You could literally travel. Even traveling to like other countries, you can travel to other countries so affordably. I always thought it would be so much more expensive, but if you took our budget for like a seaside trip or like a Florida trip, and then our budget for what it costs us to get to like Canada, we ended up spending dramatically less for like our Canada trip, because the dollar for us is really good there. Or when we went to like Spain, like a coffee over in Spain was like $1.25. I was like, and they're like pouring it for you beautifully and making like a heart or like a swan. And it's like so creative. I talked to a travel agency this week to talk about, I did not get to travel until I was like probably late 20s. And or not travel much. Like I went to visit my parents and stayed at my parents' house. And so I talked to a travel agency this week, and I was like, I want to help people learn, because anytime we travel, we get tons of messages like, what hotel did you stay at? How did you find this deal? How did you find this flight? How did you find this? And so I talked to them, and I was like, how can I put together things for people to learn how to be able to do this? I don't know if I'm going to be able to take on that project right now, but at some point I'm like, I would love to be able to help people navigate that, like, it is possible for you to go do fun things and get a good deal on it. Like, so good. Oh, they came back to a huge crowd at the McKenzie Arena. That is so sweet. Okay, Adam just pulled up in the driveway. I'm sure he's gonna be like, you're still on your live. I have a conference call with corporate at Pomifera today to go over a new thing they're launching, and so I have to get off here in a second. And anyways, but I love you guys. Yes, it's so much cheaper to travel abroad. I had no idea. That was like never even on my radar, like it would be cheaper. So when we went and skiing, for example, we didn't go to Jackson Hole, we went to Idaho Falls, which is beautiful, similar areas, but dramatically cheaper. And we went and it was not cheap. It was expensive every day. We'd never taken our kids skiing, and I was like, oh my gosh. I had a friend who went to France, and they went skiing in the French Alps, and $13 a day for their family to ski. And I want to say ours was $200 per person per day. Like, they were able to stay 10 days and do like this extravagant France trip. And we stayed 4 days, and like with travel, we only skied for 3. We literally skied 3 days because it was like, this is too expensive. Like, we're going to do a 3-day ski trip. And, but I was like, oh my gosh. And they spent half. And it was, so it's like learning things. And I feel like once you learn them, you're like, well, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, my family didn't go to France, like, and so you learn it and you're like, holy cow. So if you ever want to do a ski trip, I've heard France is where you want to go, because, and it feels so bougie, but it's like, it was $13 a day for her family. Anyways, I'm hopping off. I love you guys. I'm going to chug this, and we meal prepped. Maybe soon we'll do a meal prepping live, like next week, of getting things together for the week. But I'm gonna hop off. If you hopped on late, our things we're focusing on were 4 wins, one each day, 1 physical, 1 mental, 1 spiritual, and 1 accountability. So anyways, I forgot to ask people to share this video, because I forgot. But if you like videos like this or want more videos like this, share this video, like it, and share or tag a friend that you think this might help. So anyways, love you. Hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, you can always send me a message. Bye guys.